it looks like it is that time for us to move over to my personal daily highlight, which is The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker with CLG, Linkus, and Gymnast86. Take it away.
All right.
All right. Well, hello everybody. My name is Linkus7.
I'm Gymnast86.
And today we're going to be doing a dude, the crowd is excited. Today we're going to be doing a Wind Waker randomizer. How this is going to be set up is that we're going to go more into detail when we start, but basically we can't see each other's screens. We will, however, be able to hear each other. So for the beginning of the run, we're going to go over a lot of commentary because we have very similar early game routes. After that, obviously, we don't want to spoil each other if he gets an item that I need, etc. But yeah, so we're just going to do commentary, not go too much into detail about the items. However, we do have item trackers on the screen. So if you want to know exactly what items I have or what Gymnast has, you'll be able to see all of that on the stream. Are you ready to go?
So I believe we're ready to go.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. 3, 2, 1,
go. All right, so first cool thing about Randomizer is that we can customize our tunic colors. So we have Linkus over here in blue, and I'm the person in purple. I'm first going to be heading off to Diamond Step Island, which I'm not supposed to be able to go to yet, but I'm going to do a little bit of a sequence break to get there, while Linkus goes for a slightly easier route to get some more checks on the eastern side of the Great Sea.
Yeah, there's a trick that I'm sure Jonas can explain very well how to get to Diamond Step early. I don't really like it much on the GameCube version of the game. I find it to be much better on the Wii U version. So
yeah, so right here, I'm gonna try to approach this right here so I can jump with the Swift Sail into the middle of this whirlpool, and it's gonna spawn me up on top of Diamond Step Island. Normally I would need the hook shot to get up here, but because of the fact that the randomizer actually adds in the Swift Sail from Wind Waker HD, I can get up here early. And then using a trick known as a Wind Waker dive, I can get under the island to also skip the normal hookshot requirement to get to the top.
Yeah, and what I'll be doing is I'm going to go to this island, and normally with the items you have, you can actually only get one item location, which is this chest. But I'm going to do a trick known as chest storage. So if you do the Wind Waker dive trick that Gymnast did, so I can be in mid-air with the Wind Waker, if I press the B button to cancel that exactly 3 frames before I land, it's going to mess with Link's state, which is going to allow me to store the element of opening up a chest. And when you open up a chest, the game changes Link's hitbox and it shrinks it to be much smaller than it should be. So if you store that animation, then you can keep that hitbox that it adds, which means that I can just walk up this tree over here and then just jump right into this wall, fall through, and get up there early. And when you store a chest as well, you don't actually see what item you have until you go through the loading zone. So I'm not sure what I got yet. I would have to pause the game to see. So I'm going to do something special again. I'm going to get storage again, and I'm going to store this chest. Because I'm actually going to be heading to Bird's Peak right now. And normally you need the grappling to there early. But if I keep my shrinked hitbox, I can enter there early as well. So this randomizer is going to have a lot of different tricks and glitches because we do allow those in the Wind Waker randomizers. But if you're interested in doing this yourself, you can do anything in this randomizer with no glitches, and the route and logic will still work perfectly.
Yeah, Wind Waker randomizer, or in the base game of Wind Waker, there aren't really any huge glitches that can seriously break the game in a randomizer. So that's why we don't end up banning any of them. There is one glitch known as the barrier skip, which would seem like it's a big sequence break for the randomizer, but it's actually not possible on the version of the game that randomizer is based off of. So it's not something that we have to really worry about.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to be following what Linkus just did. I just go off to Diamond Step over here to get those early checks because they usually turn out to be quite useful, as you might have seen.
Yeah. And if you don't have a lot of experience with randomizers before, very simply put, what a randomizer is that you take, you basically just take the normal vanilla game of, you take the basically vanilla game and then you shuffle around the items so they can be in any location in the game whatsoever. Now, obviously, you might be wondering, like, couldn't you get locked out of getting anything in the game? And there is a logic behind that, so you can act, like, an item can't be behind another item that you would need, so you get stuck, unless you do glitches, obviously. And we are having the same seed, so we do have the same items on the same locations. That's why we can't call out what items we actually do get. And the most of the time is probably going to come down to what route choices we do and all of that stuff.
All right, so some of the items that we are required to get for the randomizer to be completable, we have to get the fully charged Master Sword, we have to get the light arrows, and we have to get the full Triforce. Now, we actually start the randomizer with 4 Triforce pieces. We already know beforehand that the last 4 Triforce pieces are going to be the rewards that we get for completing 4 other dungeons in the run. So those are already known ahead of time. The Master Sword, the fully charged Master Sword and the light arrows can be anywhere. With the fully charged Master Sword and light arrows, they're actually what's known as progressive items. So essentially, there are 3 Master Swords and 3 bows hidden throughout the locations that we could potentially get an item. And so the first one of those that we get will give us the base item, right? So the first bow that we get will just give us the regular bow. The second bow we get will give us the fire and ice arrows, and the third bow we get will give us the light arrows. So it doesn't really matter what order you get them in, as long as you're able to get all 3 of them. And the same logic applies for the Master Sword, because there are 3 different states of the Master Sword.
Yeah. Also, because you can choose what locations could have the progression-based items that Jonas was talking about, we have purposely chose to leave out the longest side quests, as well as for example, sunken treasures, because that would take forever to go around the ocean. Me and Gymnast actually sometimes do 100% races where you have every location, but those usually take 8-9 hours. So
yeah.
it wouldn't really fit a marathon really well.
Maybe Graveyard Shift.
Yeah. But no, what I'm going to do right here is I'm starting off doing some Windfall side quests, which is really useful. Windfall is an island you're probably going to see both me and Gymnast do a lot of, because Windfall overall has a lot of item checks, and especially if you have a couple of specific items, such as the Picto Box, fire arrows, etc., you can do a lot of item checks on Windfall. So right now I'm just going to be tackling some kids.
Yeah, so one of the categories of selections that we have for where progress items could be is short side quests. So a lot of the short side quests in this game take place on Windfall in some capacity, which is why it's good to go here first, because there's just a lot of stuff you can kind of do simultaneously while you're running around playing hide and seek with the kids.
Yeah, exactly. Also, one thing you might have noticed on top of the randomizer if you play this game normally is that we're scrolling through the text incredibly fast. There's a lot of nice life improvements since it is based on the GameCube version. We took a lot of inspiration from the HD version actually. So text, you can just hold in the B button and it automatically scrolls. The rolling speed is increased like the HD version. When you do a swinging animation, when you for example, grapple something, it's sped up. You have the swift tail like Gymnast said earlier. And on top of that as well, we also can turn around when we're swinging ropes, which is very, very useful.
Yeah, you might be wondering well, why didn't you just base the randomizer off of Wind Waker HD then? You just can't basically import everything from there. But it just ends up being easier to modify the original game than it is the HD version, as it is right now.
By the way, on this new version, you still don't go to the pirate ship, right?
No.
This logic, good, okay. I actually accidentally was playing on an older version that has a few differences in the locations. So I kind of just had to go over with Gymnast, oh no, we're using a new version, so you have to keep these things in mind, so hopefully it should be fine.
We do have plenty of donations coming in too. Just let me know when it would be a good time.
Well, how about right now?
Yeah, I think now's a great time.
Perfect. Hope and Caleb gave $50 and said, we're excited to donate our allowance to our first live GDQ run. If our comic is read out loud before our bedtime, our dad will match our donation. Come on, Pops, pay up. We have $50 from Bastion19601. They say, let's go, Linkus, and greetings from Austria. Linkus hype. We also have Matt LOL'd, who gave $50 or $250. I'm sorry. They said, thank you, GDQx, for this. What an epic race. Best of luck to everyone. Love both runners, but I gotta say, I hope to see my dude Gymnast take this one. Poggers times 97.
Oh, Ivan got away from me. Come back here. All right.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to, you can guess who's going to win. I mean, it's a 50-50 chance. Either you're right or you're wrong. So the odds are in your favor. I'm just saying.
Yeah, just round up each odd. Yeah.
You know, personally, I think I'm rooting for the winner. Like,
Yeah,
can't be
same
wrong
here.
there.
Yeah.
If you have a couple of more donations, that would work out really well right now, actually.
We've been having quite a few coming up, especially around the Bloodborne Glitch exhibition and bonus game, Sekiro. We've got $50 from Daneslafe, who says, chipping in to get that Bloodborne Glitch exhibition reached. Let's go! We also have $200 from Millzilla. They say, shout out to Jennifer, who wanted to know more about this amazing event and cause. Life of Geek gave $50 and said, my 5 dogs watching say, hi, Brosencha. Looking forward to Wind Waker. Splush. There's been a lot of splushing already. We've got $30 from Nolan195, who says, randomizers add new fun to old games. Thanks for showing them off. We also have $100 from Juke. They say, keep crushing it, gamers. Love GDQ. Also, we have $75 from Ralex, who says, I'm hoping to get those dice bags or bracer, maybe the Breath of the Wild cuff or pins, but mostly I'm happy to donate to charity.
So some of the items that we're getting here, like I'm pretty sure we both have Maggie's letter by now. That's an item that we first need the delivery bag to get. So some of the items, like, you know, the letters and the cabana deed, we can't actually use those items until we get the delivery bag, which allows us to access them.
Yeah, sometimes you can be like really stuck where you have all the letters, but you don't have the delivery bag, so you can't get them in your inventory. So that can definitely sometimes be a struggle. But fortunately, since our early game routes at the very least are the same, we both should have the delivery bag, so it should be good.
Pretty sure that was one of the chests that we stored on Cliff Plateau.
Exactly.
All right, so I'm about done with catching the kids here for hide and seek. Usually at this point, this is where paths would start to diverge quite a bit based upon what some runners want to do or not. So like sometimes there's only one other check you can do on Windfall Island, which is that you can do the Mila side quest where you catch her trying to steal money from Zunari's vault. But that's actually a pretty long check, and so you want to be able to have stuff to do while you're waiting for Mila to walk around Windfall Island.
Yeah, for example, fire arrows.
Yeah, having fire arrows while doing Mila is really good, or the Picto Box.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
Of course, Mila only appears during nighttime, so you also have to play the Song of Passing if you want to be able to do that quickly. Some items will also trigger certain events in the mail to happen, like things like, you know, getting the bombs, getting a wallet upgrade, beating Forbidden Woods. They'll all give you like things that you can get in the mail. It can also sometimes be a little tough to like try to imagine what you want to do. Like, I forgot that I was supposed to go and mail this letter.
I actually just did that right now. When you were talking about the mail, I was like, oh yeah, I should probably do that.
Yeah, we're very used to playing with like this tracker that's made by a user in the community named WooferZFG. The tracker he made is amazing, and because basically it like shows you what is possible to get or like what isn't possible to get, and like highlights things that you can do, and is like really good for just keeping track of all the things that you want to do. Also, now that I go into this house, I'm going to try to turn Link around, and this is going to cause the camera to just kind of drift out of bounds like this. The reason for that is because the game expects Link to be facing forward when he enters this house, but because we turn him around, the camera instead follows Link's direction that he's facing the other way instead of...
Yeah, a lot of the in-game cutscene bases the camera upon like Link's angle and positioning. So sometimes you have like one frame in between to like actually change that, which messes with some cutscenes. But it's just for fun. Like it doesn't actually usually save time. Well, I guess in this case you save a frame not turning around, but gotta save all of those frames, man.
Yeah. One quest that's activated by the delivery bag is being able to do the Goron trading quest. The full Goron trading quest does not lead to a progression item with the settings that we have for the randomizer. However, the magic armor that Zunari gives us can potentially lead to a progression item. So what we do is we only have to trade the town flower twice, and then Zunari will be able to give us the whatever reward we would get for getting the magic armor. Also, right here, I'm doing a technique known as a save warp. It's basically just you save the game and then reload it, and it'll put you back at a predetermined position on the island, which in some cases is faster than just like walking or running back to where you want to go.
Yeah. There's a really easy way, since we actually soft reset the game after pressing the save button, so we don't have to go through the animations. You can do it very consistently. Unlike official GameCube games, if you hold Start, B, and X, it automatically just does an instant soft reset. So we kind of just press A for the text box and then just mash or hold in the combination for the soft reset to save a little bit of time. You're also going to notice that you're probably already going to notice right now. I'm not sure what Jonas obviously is doing right now, but you can probably tell that we're probably doing pretty different routes at this point. And that's really what the main thing comes down to when it comes to these randomizers. It comes down not as much into who is the fastest, because, you know, if you have better movement, you might save a few seconds overall, which is true. But a route choice can make minutes of difference. And obviously, there is luck involved in a randomizer. I could be lucky and go to an area and get all the items I need. But overall, over like multiple runs, the thing that really is important is actually remembering which places in the game has the most efficient like chest per minute ratio, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, also, quick side note about this seed. It seems like we got a lot of good stuff on Windfall.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we usually do not get that many items. We might only get like 1 or 2, but we got like bombs, we got grappling hooks.
Yeah.
We got this is something that I normally wouldn't expect to have until maybe like an hour into a seed or something.
Yeah, this is actually really cool though for like America. So we don't know the seed at all. And also before this run, no one has looked over the seed. The only thing we did was there's 2 specific item locations that is really bad to have. So we just made a spoiler log, showed another person other than us and said, are these 2 locations good or bad? And because they were not necessary items, that's all we know. Which is the Master Sword Chamber and the Phantom Ganon Maced chest. Those are very out of the way. Other than that, we have absolutely no idea. But I think it's really cool we got all of these items, honestly, because it really gives us a freedom to route basically any order we want right now. The only exceptions would probably be like Earth and Wind Temple are a little bit more restricted because they require a few more items, but
yeah.
Other than that, we have a lot of freedom right now.
We also can't go into the Tower of the Gods dungeon until we manage to get all 3 of the pearls.
Yeah.
That would normally be required to get in there.
We do have a lot of donations coming in as well. Salvatore19 gave $25 and said, splush. Heppenwana gave $50 and said, GDQ, thank you for all you do. Also, Filiski gave $50 and said, I hope you tie just so I don't have to pick. That would be pretty impressive. Oh, we do have $50 from David209 who said, Hope and Caleb's Pops paying up. They were so excited to have their donation read. Thank you for everything you do. Quick reminder, the Bloodborne Glitch exhibition is under $6,000 left. Bonus game Sekiro just under $9,000 left. We need to have a pretty big push throughout this run, so if you are able to donate, please do. We would love to see more Bloodborne and Sekiro.
You can read a few more donations right now if there are any.
Oh, I've got plenty, trust me. Yeah, Dad in an uncomfortable chair gave $250 and said, Year 2, chairs are a little more comfortable. Glad to donate and bring my son Steven to see his favorite event. Fallthorn gave $50 and said, I've been watching for years and I've always looked up to the speedrunning community. I myself started speedrunning a week ago and I'm having a great time with it. Good luck on the run. We also have $50 from Jay Foster, 1999, who said, just donating to my favorite 2 Legend of Zelda speedrunners. Special shout out to Gymnast and his amazing community. Good luck, guys, and may the seed treat you both well. Well, as far as we can see, it's been going pretty dang good. Lots of items being given to the players. A-Bomb7894 gave $30 and said, hey, Linkus, will this be a short stream?
Well, it's only 2 hours, so it's not going to be a 12+ hour this time. Sorry, Chad. Also, something you saw me do just now is a glitch known as a bomb clip. So in Wind Waker, if you go towards an object, it's designed to push you away. However, you can abuse that mechanic by, if you put, for example, a bomb next to a wall, and you then grab up in between the bomb and the wall, if you, on the first few frames, press your analog stick to go towards the bomb, it will have enough force to push you through the wall and go out of bounds. So that's actually really, really useful for these runs, because it allows you to access some areas early.
Yeah, also, another cool thing about the dungeons in Randomizer is that there's actually an extra warp pot in every single dungeon. And this warp pot will actually allow you to traverse in between dungeons without having to actually leave any one dungeon, which is really cool. Because you don't have to waste time, going out to the overworld and then, going back into the other dungeon you want to go into. Also, right here, I voided out seemingly uselessly, but I actually had to do that to get rid of some chest storage that I used in the previous room. Ah, that's interesting.
Did you get something good? I mean, you can share. It's okay.
Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, chest storage is also something that you'll see in a lot of dungeons. I think pretty much every dungeon except Tower of the Gods. Oh, no, actually, Tower of the Gods does have a chest storage use in Randomizer only.
Oh, the boss key?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also interesting because you get to see these dungeons done with items that you'd never see them done with in normal gameplay, which can make them interesting to go through, definitely.
Yeah. Right there, by the way, I do a trick known as leaf pumping. So normally when you have the leaf out, you're losing height continuously ever since you take it out. However, if you're actually able to press the A button to cancel it, so you completely remove it from inventory, then you press the leaf button again within a few frames, you will actually maintain your height a lot better, so you can continuously do that over and over again to cross gaps you're normally not supposed to be able to cross. So that's going to be used a lot throughout this run.
We do have $72.57 from the Sound Defense, who says, to celebrate this randomizer race, I'm donating a random amount of money, hoping to see that Sekiro race. We also have $10 from Tiny Shark. They say, I'm watching y'all. Don't fall in the water. It's kind of scary.
We'll do our best.
I'm avoiding the ocean now. I'm terrified.
Capero gave $50 and said, donating during my first live GDQ to the runners that got me interested in speedrunning. Go Jim and Linkus. Verxel gave $20. They say GDQ was my introduction to randomizers, and every marathon since I've been blown away by the new randomizers introduced each marathon. Good luck to the runners. Ooh, no. No.
No.
Wow. Night Arena gave $100 and said, happy to support this great cause. Good luck to the Swedish sniper, UwUs7. Oh my gosh, okay.
A lot of weeps in the chat today.
It happens with Wind Waker at times.
Yeah, I mean, it is Anime Boy with a stick, so...
Ceaselessly gave $5 and said, let's get a Bloodborne glitch exhibition $5 train going. Choo-choo! And we also have $25 from Hate Quiggles, who says I was almost going to say Windwalker, but no. Wind Waker is my favorite Zelda game, and it's a randomizer too? How could I not donate? I'm seeing a lot of sploosh, but I'll say this is a kaboom.
One of the other interesting things about dungeons in the randomizer is that one thing that you kind of hope for when you go through a dungeon is that you don't find the dungeon's map or the compass. Because if you don't find
the boss key, actually.
Yeah, or the boss key. If you don't find those items, you can actually skip collecting the last few chests that may be in the dungeon, because you'll know that they have to contain, the map, compass, or boss key. So sometimes that's used to be able to infer that you don't need to check something, which can end up saving a lot of time.
Yeah, if there's two chests that's really far out of place and you have all the items but those, for example, the map and compass, we will always skip it. So if you sometimes freak out because we do end up skipping a location, it's most likely in a dungeon because of that.
Yeah. You'll also see that on my screen right now, in the room that I'm in. There's actually 2 chests that are in the room. However, one of them actually isn't within the item pool that we care about. It's the dungeon's Tingle chest. The Tingle chest in normal vanilla gameplay is something that requires the Tingle tuner to be able to blow up, to make appear so you can actually open it. But since we don't start with the Tingle tuner here, it's not something that's convenient to put into the randomizer.
But those are not in the logic right now, right?
No, those are not. I believe those will be in the logic for Tournament Season 3, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's. We always switch up the randomizer and give more and more options. The development team is absolutely amazing on the randomizer, and the more options we get, the more we can kind of, pick what is good for, a competitive setting.
Yeah, it's like obviously, you don't want Sploosh Kaboom to be in a competitive randomizer race.
I thought that was pretty good, and followed up with all the splooshes and booms. It was a good time. Speaking of donations, if you have any donations, feel free to read a few.
We sure do. Hikaria gave $50 and said, Gymnast versus Linkus7, Wind Waker randomizer, the greatest rivalry in gaming. I'm trying to think. I can't think of any bigger rivalry in any game whatsoever, No.
Yeah.
$100 from Magikarp level 100, who says, Magikarp? UwU. I'm like regretting reading some of these, but I have to. I'm being held hostage until Sekiro and the Bloodborne Glitch exhibition incentives are met. So all it takes is like $6,000 to free me, okay, for Bloodborne, and then just under $9,000 for Sekiro. So keep the donations coming in. Otherwise, I have to read all the UwU stuff. I'm sorry. Twill gave $50 and said, hey y'all, super excited for this run, especially with 2 of my favorite runners. Shout out to Snivy the Dark Knight, who's messing around at TwitchCon instead of doing his job. This goes to the Glitch exhibition because who doesn't want more Bloodborne? We also have $10 from Bay, who says, hey Linkus, first time seeing you live from the crowd is amazing. Hoping for a good run.
Thank you.
We have Corporea, who gave $100 and said, no pausa?
Thankfully, no.
You mean unfortunately, right?
Unfortunately. I don't want my hands to hurt.
Yeah, there's, if you ever watched a GDQ run that's not a randomizer, you will know this outside escape trick known as pausa. However, it is not in this randomizer because it is built as an open world randomizer, so you start, with the swift sail and the boat and all that stuff, so unfortunately we won't get to enjoy that. There's also no cutscenes at all in the game, so we don't have to spend time on that either.
But how are we going to laugh with Ganondorf at the end?
Don't worry, when we enter when the first person is finished, when the second one is in the fight, then we can just act like the cutscene is there. We can get the whole crowd to join. I'm sure they'd love it.
Of course. Hope you guys are ready.
Yeah.
We do have $5 from Ali Coco, who says, continuing the $5 train for Bloodborne. Choo-choo! Beaveresque gave $5 and said, get on that $5 donation train. Choo-choo! Woo! I'm not kidding you. These comments. Alex76 gave 600 yen, about $5.56, and said, hello and greetings from Japan. I've seen other randomizer speedruns with Linkus and Gymnast, but this is my first time watching live, which is why I woke up early today. I'm rooting for you, Linkus, by the way. Here's 600 yen to help a great cause.
Thank you.
We also have $50 from Anginus, who said, From Software is my favorite developer, so I had to throw money at you guys to see some Sekiro. Yeah, those are coming along pretty well, the Bloodborne and the Sekiro, but please keep those donations coming in. Oh no, we have Miss Deerface, who gave $20 and says, do I have to read? Oh, yeah, they're saying I have to. It says, hello, Mr. Announcer, UwU7. Wow. Oh my. Well, hello to you too. Ghost Dragon 97 gave $35 and said, let's get that Bloodborne glitch exhibition. Also, About 88 Kittens 196, that is a tricky name, gave $20 and said, in Beatles voice, oh yeah, thank you. Wait, I'm trying to remember how he sounds.
Isn't it like, thank you?
Oh, thank you. Thank you. No, that's more like a teenager. Okay. We have $25 from Player Bogart, who said, hold the line, love isn't always on time. Oh, whoa, whoa. Oh my gosh.
I'm loving these donations, man, and the crowd is too. You gotta be one of the team.
Well, I do have somebody giving $10, Linksara, who says, hashtag free Brosentia. Low Wolf gave $10 and said, more uwu, yes. And 4F Panda gave $25 and said, roll it up, uwu. Oh my gosh. Amertzi, I hope there's not a new one in this, gave $5 and said, $5 is all I can afford right now, but I have to chip into this hype train. Choo-woo, choo-woo. Oh.
Choo-choo.
Good luck to my two favorite runners, but sorry, Linkus, today I'm rooting for Jim. The betrayal.
Oh man, we got people switching sides.
It's gonna be an all-right war.
We have UwU, who gave $25 and said UwU. And I'm saying it that way because they put spaces and I don't want to say it together.
Wait, sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you repeat yourself? What was that name again?
I can't remember. I already marked it as red. I'm refreshing right now. Okay, I really can't read it now.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
I know.
Oh.
Prince Lucy gave $50 and said, I'm hyped for this Sekiro run. Ooh. Cisco 138 gave $25 and said, hey cute Linkus, hey cute Gymnast, hey cute Donovan, commentator, hey cute crowd and chat. Ay-ya-ya!
Oh. Ay-ya-ya! Ay-ya-ya! Can we get ay-ya-ya emotes in the chat, please? I'm sure that the donation reader will be very happy about that, seeing some beautiful weeb emotes in the chat as well.
You know what? I love you weebs, okay? And I love all of the donations that you are sending in. And GDQ, can I stop saying nice things? Nope, can't. We gotta keep going. Senpai, it's 2 words. It's pretty good, Senpie, I like it. Gave $25 and said, in the crowd rooting for y'all, UwU gang represent.
UwU.
Tetra's mom and dad gave $50 and said, had to donate during Wind Waker as it's our pup's namesake. Aww, we asked Tetra, said she's rooting for Linkus. The dog likes you, Linkus.
Aw. Hi, Dogo. Can we get some Frank or Z in the chat? Possibly an Oh My Dog as well.
Yeah, we're going to see plenty of that in just a second. Jino gave $20 and said, donating to Sekiro and to support Linkus and Jim, but mostly Linkus. And in order to annoy him, UwU Brosentia.
Oh, man.
You didn't even spell my name right, Jino. Wow. I think that annoys me more than the UwU. Okay, Afridi gave $15 and said, triple train time, choo-choo-choo-choo-choo. Love to Mod Squad. Oh yeah, I believe that, I'm not sure if Afridi is modding, but thank you all of our online, oh my gosh. Sorry, I just refreshed and there are too many donations now. Thank you for all of our online people who are helping, both on social media as well as the moderators. We couldn't do it without you. Woo! See, mods, you get some love every once in a while.
So right now, with the places that I'm deciding to go, as far as overworld goes, I'm going to these places because I know that they're what we'd call in logic, meaning that if we were to do this run glitchlessly, we'd still be able to complete the objectives that this island gives us. I'm also trying to go around the islands in such a way that I minimize the total distance that I'm sailing. so that I don't have to do any extra sailing if I don't feel like it should be necessary.
Where is this exactly?
I don't know. I think it's somewhere on the ocean, one of the 49.
Somewhere in the motion? Okay.
Yeah.
I think I know where you are then. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for helping me out a bit, man.
Of course.
I appreciate that.
Anytime.
So, DavePat98 gave $50 and said, first time ever donating. I love watching GDQ, and the randomized games are my favorite things to watch. Let's go and get our Bloodborne glitches. Remember, if you ain't spinning, you ain't winning. We've got $5. Oh, I'm going to regret reading any of these. $5 from Neku Harp, who says, notice his donation incentive. Oh, whoa, what's this? Garnetto gave $6. Yeah, let's go ahead and pass on that one for a little bit. Anonymous, but they gave some money. Okay, thank you for the donation there. Anonymous gave $50 and said, I'm anonymous.
Hi, Anonymous.
Well, thank you.
Hello, Anonymous.
We also have Ceaselessly giving $5 and saying $5 train, choo-choo. $15 from Anonymous. They say just writing to a comment to bait you into saying uwu. It's not baiting me because I have to. Nightwing gave $50, wow, and said uwu, oh, whoa, uwu. $5 from Anonymous. They say get that $5 train, chugga, 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 chugga. What a run. What a run.
This is probably the cutest GDQ run ever.
That is true.
It's pretty adorable.
Cute chat, cute stream, cute crowd.
We got Anime Boy up here,
Kwando1313 gave $25 and said, don't worry, Linkus, I'll still be cheering for you.
Thank you, Kondo.
Sam142 gave $5. They said, I had to donate just to save the poor announcer and give him something normal to read. Awesome game. Thank you so much, because the next donation is Hexedra177. They gave $20 and said, Mama, uwu. Salmon Buffalo. Whoa, can you just imagine a salmon buffalo? They gave $10 and said, here's a question for you. What does a sheep say? UwU. I don't know, they say ba. Wow.
I'm not really sure where the connection is there, but we'll go with it.
Go back to school, you salmon buffalo. Retrovirus, gave $20 and said, hey, bro, Sencha, have you ever tried to eat a clock? It's very time consuming. UwU. A female sheep gave $5 and said, UwU. Okay. This has gone off the rails. So what's happening over there so I don't have to read any more of these for now?
Well, I'm just, interacting with some, cute characters in the game. Yeah, I think their name is UwU. Now when I think about it, I think that me and Gymnast missed a great opportunity for our file names. I think it should have been UwU, honestly.
Yeah, I'm doing more side questing on Windfall, coming back after having beaten one of the dungeons.
Actually, same.
Ouch.
You know what? We're getting tons of donations for the Bloodborne Glitch exhibition and bonus game Sekiro. Still a lot of work to go, but even though these donation comments are painful for me, I appreciate them.
Wait, how far away are we?
For the Bloodborne Glitch exhibition, we're over halfway. We're at $5,300 out of the 10,000.
Oh, we can do that before this run ends. Come on.
Oh, easy peasy, okay? Yeah, okay, all you weebs, go ahead, keep torturing me, send in your donations. I'm cool with that. Bonus game Sekiro is also almost halfway there, 7,100 out of the 15,000. Vivi Bunny, by the way, gave $50 and said, let's go Linkus, UwU. We also have WinkyFace72, who gave $25 and said, let's get an enthusiastic UwU and I'll double my donation. UwU. Thank you, everybody except for me. Carl Germ gave $25 and said, when Malin sings Epona's song, she sings, UwU. Wow, what a beautiful Malin. Thank you. Rosie J gave $5 and said, Link is forever. Here's $5 for that train. Choo-woo. Sai Agapito gave $5 and said, hey, Brosencha, how many Ganondorfs does it take to screw in a light bulb? I'm not sure myself, but UwU.
The answer is just always UwU.
Yeah.
Apparently. Katie Bug gave $50 and said, usually a stream lurker and now a first-time crowd lurker. Uh-oh. Super excited to be cheering on Linkus in person.
Wait, lurkers IRL? Monk-ass dude.
They hide in the shadows.
Yeah, can we raise the lights a bit on the stage so like they're a little bit more, you know, coming out of the shadows?
Please do not do that.
Yeah, we'll get blinded in the process, but you know, then we're calling out the lurkers at least.
That's so great. Catalyzed gave $5 and said, I'm a broke medical student with too many car issues, but happy to see all the money going to able gamers. $5 donation train, woo woo. Also, can I get an ay-ya-ya in chat? You're not chat, okay? He was talking to chat, not the crowd.
It's IRL Twitch chat, come on.
Oh, IRL chat, okay. M Monsoon 326 gave $30 and says, UwU, what's this? A Sekiro speedrun at GDQ? Well, hopefully there will be, because we just got over halfway towards that donation goal. Please keep them coming in. This is the worst comment I've ever seen. Toaster Wolf gave $10 and said, hi, Brosencha. How are you today? Are you having an issue with UwU and OO, my dude? I hurt.
Yeah.
This
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about that.
Salo Verita gave $15 and said, thanks for putting up with us, Brosencha. Oh my gosh. You feel free to interrupt me whenever you want, okay?
Yeah, I guess one thing we can do to spare you a little bit is many players might know about a glitch in this game called Soup Glitch. It's probably the most well-known glitch in Wind Waker. It's one of the first glitches ever discovered in the game. And the nice thing about doing the quest to save Grandma is that we actually get Grandma's soup. Grandma's soup isn't a randomized item, but we also get a piece of mail from Grandma, which is the randomized item for doing the quest where we heal Grandma with the fairy.
Yeah, unfortunately, Grandma wasn't the most kind today.
Spoilers? No.
Oh, you haven't gotten there yet? I just assumed we're at the same, like you were doing it. Well, now you can't skip the mail. Now you have to check. It was actually a Triforce. Wait, that can't be one.
Oh, yeah, of course. It just gave me all the rest of the Triforce. Grandma was hoarding it this whole time.
Oh, Connor47 gave $100 and said, Link has a boo-boo tummy, UwU. This is so dumb.
Like,
I love it.
How about this, though? Would you say that this is the most weeb run you have ever commentated before?
Yeah, and, you know, I've played Persona, and wow, it didn't compare. Catalyzed. I already read that comment. Thank you again, poor medical student. Agent Otter gave $35 and said, Linkus and Gymnast playing Wind Waker? Shut up and take my rupees.
I guess the anime boy just brings out the weeb in all of us.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, when people talk about like what the best, you know, like JRPG and weeb game is, I think Wind Waker should be #1 on that list from now on, and just link to this run for all future references as proof.
It's pretty, yeah, pretty there. Unwheel gave $15 and said, "Hello, Mr. Bosencha. Please accept this money to bring us some seculo." Oh my gosh. Third Party gave $30 and said, "Keep the weeb train going." Ay-ya-ya! Clueless Panda 234 gave $25 and said, "Uwu, love you, announcer Chen Umu." Umu? Is that a new thing?
I think at this point they're just making things up.
I think so. Andrel gave $10 and said, "Buy one train ticket for the price of two. Choo-choo." Wait, that's not usually the best way for it to work. But that's okay. If you give double the money for one ticket, we're fine. $5 from Anonymous. They say, $5 trade for Bloodborne. Axel gave $250 donation. Wow. They say, "I want to just shout out to my cousin Gamer Draco for showing me GDQ, and I bet he is rooting for Linkus, so I'm going to root for Gymnast." I love you all. I love you all for doing all this for a good cause, and I am all in for that Spyro Switch. Hope y'all have fun and an awesome time. Ooh, sorry, Bursencha, I just had to. I accept your apology. Hey, Brad, 45, gave $100 and said, "No weebs here, just wanted to support an awesome cause. Cheers on Linkus, and offer a brief PSA to my fellow donors. Check with your employer to see if they match charitable donations to double the impact of your charity." Thank you very much. Tails Fox 88 gave $50 and said, "All these UwUs and AWUs, what is this, Wolf Quest?" Oh my gosh, it's been years. $50 from Anonymous. They say, "Oh, we're halfway there. Ooh, let's get Blubbo there." Just had to work in that uwu, didn't you?
You know, I thought it was going I thought it was going down and down, but now we're actually topping the previous memes. Like, we're actually setting new records.
Oh, I'm glad that we've moved from orb, but what have we done? What have we done?
Yeah, please keep this up for the rest of the marathon. I'm sure that they're gonna enjoy this. Yeah, here all night. You may do the
What's that?
Just click that one.
So, with the dungeon that I'm in right now, I actually don't have the normal dungeon item that you would get if you're in the dungeon in the vanilla game. Usually before you go into a dungeon, you want to hope that you already have the item that the dungeon would give you if you were playing the regular game, since that's what the puzzles in the dungeon are all based around. So it's somewhat of a risk going in here without having the mid-dungeon item that could be used to make some things a little bit faster, but I think it is probably the best decision for me at this moment in the randomizer.
Yeah, and also, for example, because I'm assuming he's probably talking about the mirror shield.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make a guess. Because what he said earlier, since we do in fact have these war pots in between dungeons, if let's say we don't find what we need, we could also go to Wind Temple, do some stuff in Wind Temple, and then actually really quickly go back to check the last locations due to those additional war pots in between the dungeons.
We have $10 from Bosses, who says, "What's the difference between a jeweler and a jailer? One sells watches and the other watches sells." There is no weeb stuff in there, so thank you, Bosses, for sparing me for a little while. A random wolf gave $5 and said, "Happy to donate $5. Awoo! Still a little fun. Kitty Jot Lightly gave $10 and said, "Which elder god is the cutest?" Cthulhu. Okay, that was pretty good, I'm gonna admit. $5 from Anonymous. They say, "Usually a lurker, but I had to donate for my boy Linkus7. Good luck." Wow, that hurt.
Yeah, I'm not changing my username to that, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Link. I appreciate it. Solid Link gave $10 and said, "Hey, Gymnast, just want to say good luck. I'm rooting for you, man."
Thank you.
Sorry, other guy, I don't know you very well. Win this, Jim. Uwu. And then Adam the Feverish gave $15 and said, "Uwu, my favorite new Pokemon in Pokemon Sword and Shield is Wooloo, Uwu." Okay. Care Bear 25 gave $30.11 and said, "Hey Brosentia, in honor of my wife Carly's favorite streamer, I will lead the crowd in a pro gymnast chant. I love you, honey."
Let's go gymnast! Let's go gymnast! Let's go gymnast!
Thank you, guys. Yeah, I was going to be disappointed if that wasn't thrown in at the end.
What a game. By the way, memes can die. Just so you know, everybody, that is completely fine. Sawtooth Squid gave $5 and said, "Brosentia, this is my attempt to break up the weeb train." Love the runs. Thank you for supporting your great cause. You succeeded. Anonymous gave $22.22 and gave 22 woo for Sekuwowo. Shadows died to woo. I guess. Divine Feline 28 gave $5 and said hashtag free Brosentia. Wow. Retro Heart gave $50 and says, "Life is like a randomizer here in a link bag. In-game logic, glitches, gameplay, it's a link blur. This chest's a mystery. Darn, it's a small key. Link tails, ooh-woo." Oh my gosh. All of that build-up and so much disappointment. Liz Star gave $5 and said, "Hey bro, please don't get mad at me for this during my run to Mawo. Guess what my favorite electronica song is? DeWoo Day Stands." Oh my gosh. Sophie Welsh gave $100. They say, "So happy to finally get to donate to GDQ. Go Linkus! Uwu." Okay. Yeah, GDQ is still not letting me go free, but please know, bonus game Sekiro, any percent, is currently sitting at $8,100 out of 15,000. Bloodborne Glitch Exhibition is starting to get pretty close. We're at 5,900. Just a small little push, and we're going to be able to see all of those beautiful glitches. So tell us, what's going on there? Help me. I know you can't say well, you can say what items you have, but you prefer not to.
One of the tricks that I just did in the previous room I was in is called a roll clip. Basically, if you have a ledge that's perpendicular with a wall that you can climb up at the very edge, if you're far enough into it, you can actually do a frame-perfect roll into the wall, and that will that will just get you out of bounds, that you can, fly around out of bounds, which tends to be useful. Especially since we have the leaf in this game, we can fly pretty much anywhere out of bounds that we want to go.
Yeah, unfortunately, the route idea I had in my head unfortunately won't work out as well as I was hoping, so I'm gonna have to come up with some backup strats for now. So I'm gonna do exactly what Gymnast said he was doing earlier. I'm gonna try and do a roll clip right here. And I'm going to use this to my advantage by trying to get around this area to hopefully, if I can do this. Also, I'm gonna do Soup Glitch to get some more magic. And then hopefully, if everything goes well here, I should be able to reach this area that you normally need other items for early. So as you can see right now, it's very useful to have the leaf, because if you go out of bounds, then you can basically just go wherever you want with it. Like that.
We have $10 from Violin Gamer. They say, happy to donate during GDQu Express. Thank you. Loving the randomizer so much. Yeah, I'm just going to read the rest of this comment sarcastically. If I had to vote for one link, it would be the one that is blue. Thank you, Woo. Wow. A poem for Brosentia donated $15. They said, roses are red, violets are blue. Poor Brosentia, it's just a new woo. They also said, if this gets read, I'll do my best to donate again. So that's the only reason I read it. Firmoil2518 gave $25. They said, I don't know who to root for. I've been following both of you for months. Now I am very conflicted. I don't know either. Who do I root for? Linkus, should I root for you? Gymnast?
Yeah, me.
Okay, I'm rooting for Gymnast.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm expecting an UwU chant every 5 minutes, though.
Yeah. Anonymous gave $5 and said, you thought this was going to be an UwU meme, but it was actually me! Dio! Gato Rambo gave $50 and said, shout out to my son sitting on the couch downstairs watching GDQ. Go Linkus and Gymnast! Oh, thank goodness the UwU train stopped. I can breathe. Please talk about the run. I don't want to go back.
Sure. This seed is actually turning out to be a little bit more difficult than it seemed in the beginning. In the beginning, we got all the items we needed, but it's definitely turning out to be a little bit different from what I expected. It's definitely locking out a few items that I was hoping to find earlier on, but hopefully it will be fine. But yeah, so you might be seeing some changes in the route. For example, I'm sure both me and Gymnast ended up going for Earth Template there, it seemed like, but unfortunately, at least from what I was able to find, the Mirror Shield was not in the beginning of the dungeon, so we're gonna have to do some reroutes and hope for the best.
Yeah, there is technically a way we could go through the entire thing with no Mirror Shield, but
yeah.
it's not really something we would want to try because it probably would not pay off for how much effort it's worth.
I ended up clipping into the basement, but then when I had to do this basement stuff, I was like, yeah, this is not going to work out well.
Yeah, because you basically have to get chest storage on almost every single chest.
Yeah.
If you want to be able to get through without the Mirror Shields or the Earth God's Lyric.
Yeah, exactly.
The Earth Temple is actually it's one of the dungeons that is actually good to do early if you can. Obviously, there's like a lot of item requirements for it, but completing the Earth Temple and having the note to Mom mailed into the mail delivery system gives you an additional piece of mail, which is an extra check that you can essentially get with the dungeon. Because I have had that piece of mail be the important thing that I needed for a seed, and yet nothing else that I needed was actually in Earth Temple before.
Yeah, there's a few things that might be a little bit surprising if you pick up this like randomizer. I haven't done it before. For example, like if you beat Forsaken Fortress, which we don't have to do this time, but then you will get a letter from your sister Ariel, and like Gymnast just said in Earth Temple, there's another letter as well. So sometimes you might be like, wait, how am I supposed to get these like letters to get the items I need? And that's just because then you need to complete the dungeon.
We do have a $30 anonymous donation. They say, Sekiro is such a cool game. Happy to support that run. And of course, the amazing work Able Gamers does. Let's get those donations in, folks, which is a perfect segue away from the rest of these comments over to talk about something else. Able Gamers. There are millions of people with disabilities who can't play video games without extensive specialized equipment. The Able Gamers charity helps gamers with disabilities by providing that equipment free of charge. Their mission is to create opportunities that enable play in order to combat social isolation, foster inclusive communities, and improve the quality of life for people with disabilities. We're extremely happy that we just hit $70,000 raising money for Able Gamers. I mean, I do have more.
Yeah, like, so right now, at least for me, I'm not doing any tricks that I could like easily explain. It's more maybe the mentality behind like, well, like normally me and Gymnast would do if we were doing races at home is that we hide our chat so we can't see the chat so they can't spoil it. And then we often do commentary into, you know, what we're thinking and the thought process behind the routing options we're doing. But obviously that would give away a little bit too much for us, so there's not too much, at least on my screen right now, there's not too much going on that is interesting to explain. I don't know about Gymnast.
I mean, I can say that with the check that I'm doing right now, it is a longer check, one that we typically try to avoid if we can, but I feel like just with the order of the items that I've been getting, this might have a slightly higher chance than normal to have something useful, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not the green rupee. The green rupee is like the biggest insult because there's only one in the whole item pool.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot. You can sometimes like hear runners say that like they feel like I guess the logic is almost like speaking to them, and the reasoning why is sometimes if you're getting specific orders of items, you can kind of see a pattern after you've been doing them a while. So it seems like it has to be in these locations, or there's a higher likelihood of it being there due to how the game is basically giving you items. So there is definitely a pattern of optimization the more randomized you do. But yeah, can we get some more UwU donations? That'd be great.
Oh, okay. I guess.
We're so sorry we had to do this to you.
It's all your fault. Linkus, Gymnast, it's all your fault. Okay, Chameleon gave $100 and said, shout outs to all the lovely and wonderful people I got to meet here at TwitchCon. Money goes towards Bloodborne Glitch Showcase, and because that seems to be a thing, UwU. It doesn't have to be a thing. It doesn't have to, okay? Hollander Cooper gave $50 and said, great runs and a great cause. Love me some GDQ Express, and I had to donate during the best Zelda game. Don't at me, Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, you should add him.
Wow. That's a strong opinion right there. Luna Terra gave $5 and said, say no-wo to Owo. Carl Germ gave $25 and said, and with stranger aeons, even memes may die. HP Lovecraft, the call of Cthulhu. Let it die, let it die. Okay, iRose615 gave $50 and said, for Bloodborne. Bastion 19601 gave $5 and said, greetings from UwUs. How do I even say this? Austria. I think it's Austria.
Everything going okay over there?
No. Imaginary Incorporated gave $5 and said, never gonna give UwU up. Never gonna let UwU down. Never gonna round and desert UwU. You really could. Just saying. Just saying. Salmon Buffalo's back? Oh no, they donated $5 and said, let's get the UwU train back on the spirit tracks. No, Salmon Buffalo, I already said you gotta go back to school, okay? Because there was, I don't even remember what happened with the last comment, but no UwUs for you. Taylor36 gave $25 and said, we are born of the UwU, made men by the UwU, done by the UwU, fear the old UwU. Oh, is that like blood but replaced with UwU? Okay, clever. I feel bad. I want to be more enthusiastic about that. Because of the Bloodborne Glitch Exhibition incentive, we're just $3,500 away from that. And bonus game Sekiro is coming along great as well. Ooh, Anonymous gave $10. This is my favorite because I teach English. They say, dear Mr. Announcer, please accept my comment on behalf of educated people everywhere. It includes proper grammar, correct spelling, and maybe an Oxford comma. Oh, not just maybe, it's there. What a beautiful comma, thank you so much. Ash58, on the other hand, gave $50 and said, hey GDQ, I am so glad that I get to finally watch a GDQ live. My wife and I are having a competition to see whose donation gets read out first. If I win, I get to play the Owo Tang clan on the ride home. Donation goes to Sekiro Goal. Yeah. There wasn't a period at the end of that though, so I'm gonna be critical. Sai Agapetto gave $5 and said, hi again, I just had to donate another time because only donating for Bloodborne creates quite the imbalance. So here's a $5 for Sekiro as well. Oh, and before I go, I can't wait to try out for Kawusa Grande in the future. I deserve what I'll get. Oh my gosh. Let's keep talking about the speed run here because it looks like you're going across the ocean.
Yes, I did finally find something that will lead me in the correct direction.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
Same. I'm starting to have a feeling we're doing pretty similar routes because a lot of what you're explaining matches up perfectly with what I'm doing or what I've just done or I'm about to do. So I'm assuming.
Yeah, there are some seeds that just turn out like this. Like
yeah.
The path might not be obvious, but like there's only so many things you can do at any one point. And like, you might end up trying everything except, the correct one you need to do until you end up doing that one last.
Yeah, exactly. But I guess a good thing would be, what's going on your channel, Gymnast? What do you usually like to do?
What's going on my channel? Oh, we're doing advertising. All right. So in case you guys want to watch Skyward Sword speedrunning, I do many interesting Skyward Sword speedruns on my own channel at twitch.tv/gymnast86. Unfortunately, I think September is over, so I can't advertise that. But yeah.
You can advertise Twitch Prime, though.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Twitch Prime.
You can subscribe to gamesdonequick.
What's going on your channel, Linkus?
Well, I recently picked up Ocarina of Time on 100%, so that's been really fun, as well as grinding Wind Waker any percent. We recently had Berry Skip discovered in this GameCube version, so that's been quite the grind.
Yeah.
And I guess also a good question would be like, what's going on over there in the booth for donation reading? How are you doing over there, sir?
I'm fine. Okay. So Anonymous gave $5 and said, yeah. Keep the UwU train going, guys, for Sekiro. Choo choo woo woo woo. Oh my gosh. I like the yeah. That was good. Angry Toaster Wolf. Oh, wait, let me put my glasses on. Their name this time is Angry Toaster Wolf. Gave $10 and said, bro, will said, I didn't hear my last donation read. For that, you will be coerced with UwUs. UwU, dude. Oh my gosh. No, this is like going in a pyramid and then you open it up and it's not hieroglyphs, it's just freaking UwUs on the wall. I don't like it. Hoiperium gave $10 and said UwU7. Anyway, Brossentia, think I'm coming around to UwU. I love it. That's a lie. That wasn't me who donated. I know it.
Are you sure about that?
I don't know. I need to check my bank account.
I'm feeling like you're secretly starting to actually enjoy this, and this is all just an act because you don't want to admit the fact that you're like a weeb like the rest of us at this point.
I'm a weeb?
No.
Yes, Gymnast, you're a weeb.
Oh, dang it. I mean, I am playing Anime Boy. I guess it was unavoidable.
Yeah.
Anime Boy. He's a good boy, though. Yeah. Obsolete Ape gave $10 and said, Ape want Sekiro. Thank you, Ape. Your grammar was worse than the other person, but that was pretty good. Rihanna gave $25 and said, first time donating, had to donate to UwU Bloodborne. Good luck and much love to the runners and staff. Love from an UwU Aussie. Lago Lunatic gave $25 and said, it's a huge honor to have a randomizer I developed show up at GDQ. Thanks a lot to Linkus and Gymnast for running it. Oh, by the way,
Yeah, let's get a round of applause for Lago for his incredible work on the Wind Waker randomizer.
By the way, runners, if you want me to stop reading these UwU donations, I really can. I swear, it's up to you. Can you free me?
Well, okay, wait. Okay, can you actually see Twitch chat? Are you able to see the Twitch chat?
Yeah.
Because if so, let's do it this way, okay? If you think that we should stop, you should press 2. But if you think we should keep going, you should press 1. And we can actually, see what chat
Let's
thinks.
see what chat's opinion on this is first.
I can do quick math. Oh, it looks like nobody's typed anything, but 2's winning? Oh, no. Wait, no, chat. Wow. They're very, oh no. Someone typed a lot of ones in there. Does each one count?
Yes.
No, stupid person, why would you?
Capitalize the colon, dude, what? Well, I guess we just gotta keep going, man.
Oh my gosh.
Stay strong.
I know.
It's fairly divided, but I think you're right. Tiny Shark gave $19.55. Oh, you remember that, Tiny Shark. They said, have more money, I guess. Aw. A Haiku for Brosencha gave $15 and said, as I have promised, here is more for charity. We love you, UwU. You cannot put something like that in a haiku. That's like a major sin. Okay, I'm pretty sure you're going to be condemned for that, but that's okay. You gave to charity. Cinco gave $100 and said, so awesome to see you supporting able gamers and loving this Wind Waker speedrun. Thank you, Cinco. And Parzano gave $20 and said, hey, y'all, loving the runs. Hey, Linkus, I think now would be a great time to teach the crowd a phrase in Swedish. It's a great language. Love all y'all, even you, bro, Osencha. I don't think you can say UwU in Swedish.
Well, I mean, we could say this. Instead of using like an U, we could like use the Swedish character for ö. So I guess we could do like över.
I sort of prefer that.
So as far as gameplay goes here, interestingly enough, at least I still don't have either the...
Wait, what?
All right, never mind. I guess we're UwUing again.
I mean, frankly, if people are annoyed by this in chat, which I know a few of you are, you're still pushing too. You can always donate for a normal comment for once. And if you're a pleb, I'm sorry. It happens to everybody. Oh yeah, we have $5 from the Stoic Jester who said, can we start a train of non-UwU donations? Yes. Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, that did. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that doesn't really work.
The irony there. Yeah, I'm sorry. The people who donate get to choose what I say. Just a Chair gave $10 and said, wow, even a chair donated. I'm very impressed. Love what you guys do here. Keep it up, and I will always love
UwU.
Yeah. Guess what? You didn't see that one coming. Nick71 gave $5 and said, class is in session. Today we are learning our vowels. A-E, I-I-I, O, and UwU. Okay.
The basics of any Twitch chat grammar.
Yeah, maybe you should retake the class you're teaching right now. Oh, Samuel Abra gave $15 and said, Wind Waker Random has been my favorite pastime for over a year now. I'm on Team Jim, but I love both these beautiful boys. It's best to kill Phantom Ganon with the light UwUs. I think that's supposed to be arrows. Wow. So, you know what, Rando, I want to know, because I want to stop reading donations real quick. I want to know, like, what is your favorite part about this randomizer? What really gets you interested in playing Rando?
I mean, obviously a randomizer is different pretty much every time you play it, you know. The beginning can tend to be the same sometimes, but, you know, once you get past the first 10 or 15 minutes, the route usually changes drastically just depending on what items you get. So it definitely adds a new feel to the game, as one donator commented on earlier, and it makes each playthrough, you know, just as interesting as the last one.
Yeah, I think the main thing is that it makes it feel like you're playing the game like it was the first time, you know, more like in a casual experience, even though you put so many hours into it, because like Jim just said, every playthrough is very different. So I think that is the most interesting like part of randomizers, at least for me personally.
Yeah, I think that is fascinating. Honestly, I haven't really played randomizers personally, but you know, having played Wind Waker, you already know mostly what to do. You'll forget one or two things casually, but it just breathes so much more life into the game. And to see such a passionate community here, sharing the love of this game and putting hours and hours and hours into this, it's so cool to see.
I have a feeling you're saying this because you're trying to just drag out this time. You don't have to read the donations at this point.
No, there are donations, I promise you. Because guess what? We're getting pretty close to the Bloodborne Glitch exhibition. 6,800 out of 10,000. And bonus game Sekiro, 8,700 out of 15,000. Just keep it up. Keep pushing for those. And please send more donations to help restore a little sanity in this room. We have Bruno, who gave $30 and said, Brosentia, what do you call a line or sequence of people or vehicles awaiting their turn to be attended to or to proceed? A UwU. I mean, here's the deal. Q is a stupid word anyway because it has 4 vowels in a row, so I'll go ahead and let that one slide. No Weebs here gave $5. Oh, good. I'm glad that we're getting something from no Weebs. Literally 0 of them. Hey, Brosentia. Oh my gosh, and they're starting the puns too. This is like the worst day ever. What do you call a ghost courting ritual? Ooh, wooing. I don't like it. Brian77 gave $5 and said, here's another $5 I donated because I thought you'd appreciate reading another donation without, well, you know. Let's go Bloodborne glitches. Brian77, I'm also a Brian, and you are the best Brian. Thank you. Hey, Kasumi242 gave $5 and said, here, take a rest with the normal comment. Okay, back into the grind.
Back into that Uber grind?
Broke art student gave $5 and said, I like the orb meme better, but oh well. Oh, that's not okay. Anonymous gave $100. Thank you, Anonymous. Had to donate during the Wind Waker randomizer. Many respects to Able Gamers, the speedrunners, and the announcer. Also, I don't want to read it. I don't want to say it. I'm done. Oh, well. Fine. Ooh, woo. Are you happy, crowd? Are you happy? Are you happy now? Okay.
They seem pretty happy.
Well, looks can be deceiving. Maybe they're in pain. Wow. Potato Hedron gave $50 and said, here's a normal comment to save poor Brosentia from the Weeb donation train. Let's see that Bloodborne glitch exhibition. Yeah, let me just say, Linkus and Gymnast, I think the feedback on all of these donations is a little bit polarizing for everybody here. Especially for me, I'm very polarized.
Now, right now, I'm going to try to do an out-of-bounds clip that actually skips quite a sizable portion of the dungeon that I'm in. It's a little bit tricky, though, so hopefully I can get it here. If not, I might just try to do it a really old-fashioned way that is a little bit slower. All right, I'll just go do it the old-fashioned way. This is still a race, after all. Wait, there's a big spiky thing in the way. Why is that there? Ouch. Okay, it moved.
This all looks really tricky.
Ouch. I'm getting hurt a lot.
I mean, stop standing near the bomb and you won't get hurt. It's really easy, Gymnast. Why are you putting it there? It hurts.
Try it a third way. I don't know why I wasn't doing this earlier. I should have done this first. I have to wait, though, or else when I go down, I'm going to, unfortunately, fall out of bounds, which I don't want to do.
See, you don't use a bomb, you're not getting hurt now. You're fine.
All right, I'll stop using bombs.
That was a great clip, though. Thank you, Gymnast.
One annoying thing about like trying to aim items in this game is that if your back is too far up against a wall, you actually, like Link won't be able to aim up all the way because essentially what'll happen is that his head, like the game doesn't want his head to go back into the wall, so it stops him from being able to aim up high enough, which is what makes that initial clip that I tried to do really annoying.
We do have plenty of donations as well. Keep them coming because we're under 3,000 left for the Bloodborne Glitch exhibition, which really, you don't want to miss that. And we're getting really close. Keep the donations coming in. OmniJack gave $15. They say, I love randomizers and the people who make them are amazing. Let's see that Bloodborne Glitch exhibition. Dark Magician Girl gave $10 and said, Bro Senpai noticed me. I'm sorry. You should never say that to a donation comment. But I said that to a donation comment. But you'll never be able to defeat the UwU unless you believe in the heart of the cards, Babaka. I'd prefer to say it like a chicken, Babaka. A totally normal short story gave $5 and says, there was a young boy who loved archery. He traveled for 3 days through the forest and over rivers to find the perfect wood for his new bow. Then he finally found it. He thrust his hands up and exclaimed, UwU. P.S. Go Linkus.
Thank you.
I'm glad that you have fans. I'm wondering a little bit about this. How many times have you two raced each other?
In Wind Waker Randomizer or just anything?
Randomizer.
We've had a couple tournament races against each other. We've also done 2 like 100% max setting randomizers against each other. And then we had the randomizer race that we did as a submission video for this marathon run. So I think that makes 5 races. This is our 6th one.
Yeah, well, didn't we also have a tournament one extra on top of that as well?
Maybe, yeah.
Pretty sure, yeah.
At the very least, this is our 6th one against each other.
Yeah, we've been going against each other for quite a while. It's a lot of people like to see me and Jonas go up against each other because both of us have, well, back in the day when Wind Waker HD got barrier skip, me and Jonas was kind of, I guess, rivals, if you want to call it that. We were going back and forth with the record a lot back then, so it's always been a friendly competition between the two of us, so people really like to watch racing between us when it comes to randomizer, since it's a really good way to actually do races, especially because, well, when it comes to normal runs, at least personally for me, a lot of the categories I like to do are longer, and doing long runs with the races isn't the best sometimes because, well, let's say that like we do 100%, it's 5 hours long. If you mess something up really early on, you'd rather not, know that you're probably screwed already. And also most of the longer categories we do run that we both know have a lot of RNG as well, so it's not really a good competition. A lot just comes down to luck. So even though randomizers does have obviously luck as well, it's still really fun due to the fact that they're not too long to do, especially the Wind Waker runs. Yeah,
it's really nice, like being able to do races where you know that like you're not going to get to a point where you like want to reset over something because you lost a lot of time over something.
Yeah, that's great. For people who are interested in getting involved, do you feel like this run is fairly noob friendly for people who want to come and join?
I would like to say Wind Waker is one of the more friendly actual randomizers to start out with, especially because like what most people do when they start off is they choose that the progression-based items can only be in dungeons, which means it's basically a dungeon rush. You're just doing dungeons. There can't be any good items in the overworld, which is very, very helpful. Then another common thing that people like to do is then start to add more and more settings slowly but surely. So I think overall that it's a really good way to get into it for sure.
Sweet. Yeah, I know that people in chat as well are asking a little bit about who is ahead and who is behind, because they're trying to keep items secret and not let others know the locations. We're not talking too much about that. But in general, the two sections in the middle that you see, the list of items there, are going to be what you can see when it comes to progression. So, if somebody has more items, odds are they are a little bit ahead. But that's not always the case.
I mean, it's really hard to determine who's ahead. You can't really know who's ahead until one of us enters Hyrule first. That's really the only way you can determine who's ahead at that point. Since the routes could be completely different and we might just have different items at different points and whatnot.
Yeah, the main items obviously to keep track of would be the Triforce, how far you got on the Master Sword, and your arrows.
Yeah.
If you have light arrows or not. But other than that, the thing about it is, especially in seeds that end up being longer, we have to do more item locations. It's so hard to know who's ahead because of the fact that, well, let's say that I actually did find one item that is necessary. Let's say iron boots, I don't know, that's an example. And let's say it's in a location that's pretty far away. Then maybe even though he might have more items, he might have light arrows while I have fire and ice arrows or something like that, it might still make a huge difference because, well, it's a slower location, so he's waiting longer for that. So that's going to save me back some time later. So it's really hard to keep track of it. If you know the game well enough, when someone is in quote-unquote go mode, which means that they have all the items they need and they can just rush to the end of the dungeons to get the Triforce pieces, that's probably the first time you really can get a good appreciation for who is ahead.
We do have plenty more donations coming, as well as some donations that I enjoy. Thank you, everybody.
Would you like to read some of the donations you enjoy?
Yes, I would, as well as probably some that I don't enjoy as much. Carl Germ gave $25 and said, adding in a normal comment to try and make up for the other two ones that I submitted that Procentia had to read. Need more twos in the chat, and need more $5 donations to get Sekiro and Bloodborne Glitch Exhibition met. We also have Morgan, 171. They gave $25 and said no. Wow, nothing has spoken to me in a donation comment quite like that one. Thank you so much. We have Vixro, who gave $10 and said, I love watching Wind Waker because there's so many cool glitches. They just keep coming, like these UwUs. We also have Zaz, who gave $20 and said, can we go back to talking about how great pineapple is on pizza? I miss that.
I mean, we could, but it's not true, so.
What? It's okay. Well,
I don't know. I think you're starting a controversy with that, Linkus.
No, he's not starting it because it happened last run.
Oh, someone's continuing it. Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Then it's fine.
Just bringing out the old stuff. Vertigo gave $10 and said, this comment train reminded me, I haven't had a nice cold yoo-hoo in years. Huh. Same. Juicy gave $5 and said, we're raising money for able gamers, but at what cost? What does it cost, Procentia? Ooh, everything. That is barely a word. P.S. Your name on the schedule is now UwUsentia. What? Oh, no. Oh, no.
I actually hope that's true.
It is. It's very sad. Today is a sad day.
All right, so right here with this chest that I'm revealing, I don't actually care about what's in this chest, but instead I'm going to use it to get chest storage. There's a very convenient method that we can use with bombs to get storage on the side of any chest by using a bomb to push us off in a Wind Waker dive, so I can get storage just like that to get my chest storage. And now hopefully the chest storage will be useful for me.
Okay, I'm back from crying. Grandpa Titan gave $5 and said, loving this randomizer run of Weebwaker. Let's go, Linkus. Oh, well. Seth227 said, I love you, announcer man. Have a great day. Smile. Is that like demanding I smile? That was a $50 donation, by the way. Thank you very much. By the way, as a quick update for these donation incentives, Bloodborne Glitch Exhibition has slowed down over the last little while. Honestly, keep those coming in because, you know, we're less than $3,000 away from that, and you definitely want to see it. You know, if we don't get glitches, I'm going to cry even more. Okay, so please bring them in. Bonus game Sekiro is just under $10,000 as well. Like, both of those are getting so close. Please, let's go ahead and push until we meet them. I think we could meet both of them by the end of this randomizer, especially depending on the seed.
What is the timer right now, actually, out of curiosity?
Just under 1 hour and 30 minutes.
Okay. This is going to be quite the long seed, it seems like.
You sure about that?
Oh, no.
We might get a long Linkus stream after all.
All right, this room I actually have to be pretty careful in. It's pretty easy to accidentally mess stuff up in this room if I'm not. The enemies in this room also can be very annoying. Should they happen to hit you at the worst of times. I also can't really target because they're like everywhere. Okay. All right, good. And I can slide behind here, and that skips having to get past that giant obstacle. All right, so right here, we have another obstacle in the way, but we're just gonna kind of, if I can do this. Hello. No? What is the issue here? There we go. Actually, this is not good. Let's back up a little bit. Okay.
Saved, man. I love it.
All right, let's try this a different way. Nope. I didn't think this was that difficult.
All right.
There we go. Okay. I feel kind of embarrassed about that because that's one of the things that we actually like joke about being really easy, and I took a little while to get it done. Also, we can see the power of having an item we're not supposed to have yet in this boss fight. Makes a certain phase of the boss very easy. Although if I use this specific item that I'm using for the first part of each phase on like the last part of the phase, that's actually going to like not beat the boss. It's kind of weird. Like I have to beat the last part of the boss regularly without the use of that item.
Yeah, light arrows on the last Poe doesn't play the right animation, so it usually messes it up. Trying to be sneaky, but not enough.
I mean, yeah, it's hard to think about how to describe it without giving it away. Yes, I am in the Earth Temple, and I did struggle with Earth Temple boss key skin.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what to say about that one.
Yeah, it's actually easier on the English version of the game compared to the Japanese version.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you don't slide down.
Oh, you
the
don't?
slide on the English version.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm so used to the backflip method on JP. I never even tried going up on it without it.
There have also been some times where, like, I'll beat a dungeon and then forget to get the Triforce piece. So let's make sure that doesn't happen this time.
I think it would be fine if you do, honestly.
Oh, well, I don't know.
Just give me a little bit of an advantage, man.
I think the Triforce is necessary, though.
I'm not sure. I heard that it's just a piece of cheese anyways, so like...
Well, I mean, yeah, ultimately it is just a piece of cheese. Finding the 8 portions of the magical Dorito.
You know, get 1 full block of cheese in the end. All right, right here I'm going to do kind of a interesting strat. So normally you have to break all of these floors right here to spawn the chest. And normally every time you break one of these floors, a row of enemies spawn down there. However, if you stand right to the like right next to the edge and you hold up, then it's just going to be breaking these floors without you having to go down. And then for the very last one right here, I'm going to place a bomb, and I'm going to use that to explode myself because there's a cutscene coming up. Too late. Right when you break the last one. And doing this will spawn a second chest right here, so it's very essential to do this.
And I was going somewhere, but I realized that's probably not the best decision, so I'm going back. Mainly because there's an item in this dungeon that I need. There's at least one item that I need to progress through to the end of the dungeon. So I want to... It's possible that I might have accidentally skipped it had I tried to do what I was about to do, so I'm just making sure to cover my bases here. Because this item is guaranteed to be within the first few checks of the dungeon. I hopefully won't drown, though. All right, looks like we're good. Ouch. Saying ouch is just like my instinctual reaction to bonking anything in like any Zelda game.
Well, I'm sure it does hurt Link a bit, so, I mean... I think it's nice consideration. Do we have any UwU? I mean, do we have any donations, by the way?
Yeah, we do. Oh my gosh. Okay, what are some that I can read? Okay. Oh, KJ8011 gave $10 and said, "No joke, just happy to support the Able Gamers Foundation. Video games should be accessible and enjoyable for all. Hope Linkus and Gymnast have a good matchup." Yeah, it looks like it's pretty good so far. PDT 1060 gave $5 and said, "Greetings from the donation station. Don't feel sorry for Brosentia. Feel sorry for me. I have to read every single one. I'm going to UwU in my sleep."
Isn't that what you want, though?
By the way, yeah, thank you for the volunteers here. I mean, I know that not all of the donation comments get read, despite what it seems like. But seriously, everybody here is doing a phenomenal job. And donators, you're doing a pretty dang good job as well. I mean, Bloodborne Glitch Exhibition is still getting closer. It's a bit shy of $2,700 left. So go ahead and keep pushing. I think that it would be best for us to get it by the end of this run to guarantee that we're going to see it. We might have a little time after that, but honestly, don't delay. Or, you know, you're risking not seeing those glitches. Bonus Game Sekiro as well, sitting at 9,200 out of 15,000.
Ouch.
Anani Mouse gave...
Oh, I got hit.
Oh. Sorry, you can keep going with UwUs.
No. And seriously, feel free to interrupt me whenever you want.
Sure.
Anani Mouse gave $15 and said, "Prosentia, hi." Aw, that's a good one. Last Pirate 89 gave $50 and said, "Forgot GDQ was starting this weekend, so here's $50 for being late and to get these incentives met." Thank you. Scout Matt 66 gave $50 and said, "Keep Bloodborne glitches going. Hope the reader doesn't have to read any more quote-unquote cute things." Potteroo. Wow. Spooky Tale gave $10 and said, "Hi, Brosentia, here's a non-OWO donation for you to read." No, it's not. You literally put it in there. I'm afraid they may have misspelled your name on the schedule, though. Yeah, I noticed. Teshmoo gave $5 and said, "Go, Linkus, go. Your chat is rooting for you. Hypers."
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Mayowell gave $25 and said, "Pineapples is whatever on pizza. Now a strawberry pizza. Get that out of here." Okay, I've had a good strawberry pizza before. Okay, not even lying. I would say that You just have to go to a place that makes it right. Okay, Aether Hunter gave $25 and said, "Uru, uru, uru, your boat gently down the live stream. Merrily, 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 life is about the memes." They didn't even put four merrilies in there.
That was a high-quality song. It turns that into a children's song.
Yeah, that's like one of the hopping classics of all of our lives. Row, row, row your boat, you know. If you've heard of it. Crispy Chicken 1 gave $50 and said, "What's wrong, Reader Senpai Uwu? Is the amount of uwooing becoming too much to handle? Chat could switch to OWO to be a little different. Or you could switch to nothing. Or other comments. That would be great." Annabelle Lee gave $10 and said, "Let's go gymnast, and shout out to the Discord squad. Love y'all."
Thank you, Annabelle.
We do have Mr. Musashi, who gave $20 and said, "My first ever GDQ donation after being a fan for years. I'm really happy with what you guys do. It fills me with pride as a gamer and a human being. Keep up all your hard work. Work. Yeah, okay. You know, I had to do it to you. Wow. That is rude." Holy Paladin gave $50. No, donations are never rude. You know, they're always fantastic. Thank you very much. Holy Paladin gave $50 and said, "Thanks to all the GDQ staff, volunteers, and runners for all that you do for charity. You are all amazing. Shout out to my puzzle master friend, Mike. Ay, 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 ay. There we go, a little change of pace there. $25 from Overly Critical Games. They say, "We've been trying out Zelda randomizers lately, and Wind Waker was definitely one of the smoother ones to start with. You can set up pretty casual options while you learn how to randomize. Give it a try. As a visually impaired gamer, I'm happy to donate to such a great charity." Thank you so much. Yeah, people echoing what you all said about this being a pretty approachable randomizer.
No, it was also the first randomizer I tried, so I might be biased. But it also, in addition to like what we said about it being easier, it's also nice that, you know, it doesn't take an extreme amount of time to get through a playthrough usually, in comparison to like maybe Ocarina of Time or the Majora's Mask randomizers.
Yeah, if you want to start off with a 3D Zelda randomizer, I recommend the Wind Waker one. If you're interested in 2D games, I would say that the Link to the Past one is really, really good. There are a lot of weird locations that are very difficult, I would say, however, but there are really good trackers, which like you can mark off which items in the world you've gotten, which actually makes it very doable to do, even if you don't know the game by heart, which, you know.
Yeah, trackers makes it so much easier to get into a randomizer because you don't have to think about every single possibility that might be something you can do if you're not like fully familiar with the game.
Yeah, for example, this one right here, it's like, even though like I don't know how it is for Jim, but for example for me, I like don't need theoretically the tracker, but
yeah,
it feels really weird even for me not having the tracker right now.
Yeah,
like,
even for us, like it helps a lot knowing like everything that, like at least everything that the game's logic assumes we should be able to do. Because there are some things that like we normally wouldn't be able to do based on the game's logic that we can do because like we know how to do a glitch to be able to get something early.
Yeah.
We have $5 from the one in Japan. They say, "Uwu, now that's out of the way. Want controversy? Come to Japan. There are potatoes, seaweed, and mayo on pizza." Now, I've had potatoes on pizza. I think that it's actually pretty good. Like, if they make it right. I don't know. What's the weirdest thing on pizza that you like?
Green tea Kit Kat. No.
Well,
What?
I'm very bland when it comes to pizza. However, my parents really like the Swedish pizza. It's really strange. So it's peanuts on it, then curry, and bananas.
Ooh. That actually sounds really good. Mind you, I'll eat anything as long as it's made well.
Okay, well, welcome to Sweden.
Is that like all your food?
Yeah, I mean, well, okay, other ways we do it, Swedish meatballs, but that's about our diet. Like Swedish meatballs with macaronis and ketchup and banana pizza, that's about it.
Ooh. Okay, I could live there.
Yeah. And also, like, if you've ever been to an IKEA, you will know basically how everyone's home is like. It's It's just a giant IKEA display in everyone's home.
What about you, Gymnast?
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, as far as the food that I eat goes, I live on a college campus, so nothing's really healthy.
Yeah, K-Kona.
Also, I'm going to be doing a safety save here in case this next strategy that I do doesn't go very well, but we'll see. Again, I'm going to be using the chest itself and a bomb to get chest storage. Oh, excellent. First try.
Dog.
I guess we should probably explain what chest storage does. Like internally in the game, there's actually sort of two levels of collision that Link can have, which we just call like precise collision and rough collision. They're both activated. They're both active most of the time normally, but the game will turn off the precise collision when you decide to open a chest, so that the animation of Link going in actually like looks correct. So by storing the chest, we get the imprecise collision that allows us to like walk up walls and stuff. And that's sort of like why it works the way it does. Also, I have to get rid of these enemies for what I'm going to do here. And I also need to make sure that the wind direction is actually correct, because that would be very bad if it wasn't. I'm also hoping that I remember how to do this correctly. Whoops, that's not what we want to have happen. Okay. So the side of this wall is very slightly angled upward, which kind of allows us to just go up like this.
You didn't
There goes
even
the
need a
ferry.
bomb.
So now I want to... This wall is really weird. You can like hang off of it anywhere, but if I hang off of it weirdly... Okay, let's try this again. Okay, no. Okay. This is pretty sketchy, but if I get it within like 2 minutes, it'll save me some time. I'm also gonna dupe my soup again, just to get more magic back. Soup glitch is frame perfect. You wanna press both the button with the bottle of soup and the pause button at the same time. Because normally you actually can't skip the boss key in this dungeon, but because Randomizer randomizes where the boss key and like the map and compass are, it's possible that you can't pick up the boss. It's possible that like you could skip the boss key by doing this weird tech right here. So let's try this again.
Yeah, if you look at actual speedruns of the game, like non-randomizers, we do boss key skips for every dungeon, basically. Like for HD, we do it for all by Wind Temple, and in the original version, we do it in all dungeons, except for Tower of the Gods, because even though you can do it, since you have to pick up the boss key to get there normally, it's just not worth it to try and skip it.
There we go. All right. Yeah, that is never a trick you will see in the regular Wind Waker, so I was happy I got to show that off. Also, thankfully, it doesn't take as many elemental arrows to make the hands for the Godin fight disappear. So it's very convenient in saving arrow count. Unfortunately, my arrow count is kind of low, so I'll probably end up getting what are known as snot arrows during this fight, because eventually I'll run out. And if you run out, like there aren't any pots in this room that I could potentially get more from. So after I shoot this last arrow, Godin, well, he first has to be over the arena. He doesn't want to shoot the snot arrows onto the like damage field that's around it. Also, thankfully I have enough bombs. I wasn't paying very much attention to my bomb count. Where is the other hand? Hello, where are you? Oh, hi. How you doing?
Yeah, Godin can be one of the more annoying bosses, especially in a speedrun, because it is a lot of luck, and sometimes the hand can like instantly respawn, for example. So it can be very tedious and annoying to actually have to deal with him, especially like if you're like, you know, in competitive setting when you're trying to get as fast as possible. Sometimes you can execute the boss fight perfectly, and then right as you're about to shoot something, the other eye respawns, or the other hand respawns, or for example, the head when you're fighting him. You can actually get all 4 shots in one cycle if he doesn't move too much, but sometimes he just kind of flies around a bunch, and because of that, the targeting on the eye will not work.
Yeah, Godin's definitely a tricky one to do optimally.
Yeah.
Also, Link's hanging into the floor right now on my screen because I rolled off the edge before the cutscene teleported him there. There's like a bunch of funny little things you can do if you're like in the right position when the game tries to like start the next cutscene in the area.
Well, we do have a donation from Joshua Fay 8. They gave $8 and said, "Love both you guys loads, and thank you for saving Grandma."
Of course, we have to save Grandma.
Yeah, Grandma's nice. Feels okay, man.
Oh yeah, the Magical Dorito gave $15 and said, "Hello, Brosentia, here is a normal donation." Wow, that was a very nice thing to do. Let's see. We have Annoying Flowers who gave $50. They said, "Thought I was going to miss this game because of work, but I just got cut, and I'm so glad I could catch my favorite Zelda game and favorite type of gameplay, randomizers. Keep it up, Linkus and Gymnast. Y'all got this."
Did they type Gumnist?
Yeah.
I've heard that before, so if someone says Gumnist, feel free to read it.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Thought it was a typo.
They did have a new woo in there, but we'll skip that. Okay. Ventatsu gave $20 and said, "Uwu, there's never enough uwu." Yeah, there is. By the way, I do want to say that thank you for all the donations coming in. I appreciate them. And honestly, you know, we can't read them all out loud, but at the same time, we're getting a really good push towards that Bloodborne Glitch exhibition. We're 3/4 of the way there. Let's just go a little bit more. So I'm wondering, Gymnast, Linkus, do you want to spoil how close you are towards finishing the run?
I'm just going to smile at Linkus.
Uh-oh.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. So, Gymnast said strats about the fact that he was doing every single, like, he definitely did Forbidden Woods after me because he did chest storage and avoided out. So it has to be Forbidden Woods. So then he definitely did Kelly Demos because we got those items you had to beat him with at Windfall. He was then talking about light arrows using at Earth Temple boss. He already was in Wind Temple because he was talking about spiky things, which only really fits to Wind Temple. And he did do the only boss key skip, Tower of the Gods. So I'm assuming he's probably in Hyrule. That is my assumption, unless he actually didn't complete Wind Temple. But I assume that he is in. I assume he's in Hyrule at this point.
That would be correct.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could do the trial bosses.
Yeah, just give me a little bit more time, man. I'm struggling. I'm looking for one item. I'm really scared. So what ended up happening for me a little bit earlier was that I went to Earth Temple and I wanted to do it out of order without the Mirror Shield. I started doing it, but then I was like, no, this is gonna take. It's gonna be really annoying to do all these chest storages. So I went back. So that was a bit of a time loss. But then I forgot that I couldn't go back through one of the song stones from the war pod because it's gonna be there because chest storage did. So I skipped one of the chests over there. And I'm missing a Master Sword upgrade. I'm very scared that it is that one location because it'll be very, very slow. Because that's the item I'm currently missing. Otherwise, I'm in go mode. So I'm hoping it's not that.
So you're just missing the Master Sword.
Yes.
If I remember correctly.
You're in Hyrule, so it's fine.
Oh yeah, that's very interesting. Because I remember, I know where I got.
Well, the first one you would have gotten before me because you went to Diamond Step first. I know that because I know your early game route. Definitely. The second one, I think it was such an open place. I don't remember which were. Maybe it was Windfall or something, I think. Or it was either Windfall or... No, it was a bit later. Anyways, the second one was definitely pretty open. I feel like you should have gotten it. I don't know where the third one is though. I'm just scared it was an Earth Temple. Because if so, it's
That surprised me because I got the fully powered up Master Sword very early on.
really.
Yes, I would have expected you to have had at least 2 upgrades without going to Diamond Step very early.
Huh, did I miss something? I'm gonna blame not having the tracker on this one.
Yeah, that is honestly like a valid point. Like we are both very used to running with the tracker, making sure that we've marked off everything we can do. So there could be like something that we forgot to do that we completely forgot even existed at all, with regards to like what all the different quests that we can do are for items. Anyway, this is Puppet Ganon. It's definitely the hardest boss in the run, as far as like skill goes. I don't like it when he does this. The tail can either go be visible to the left or be visible to the right. When it's visible to the right, it's a little bit annoying because then when he goes into this attack right here, it makes it harder to get to. Also, I missed that shot. Since then the tail will basically be perfectly behind him and we won't be able to get it. Thankfully though, we do also have soup for this fight, which makes it so that if we ever run out of magic, it thankfully isn't an issue as far as like using light arrows go. Do you have any more UwUs, Patty? Or excuse me, Brosentia. This is not
call me
AGDQ.
Patty?
I'm
What?
sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
I was thinking about AGDQ 2019, where Patty was the host. Like, this is 100% run.
I mean, there are also other donations like this one. Sushi Elemental gave $10 and said, I'm going to go ahead and say that soup on pizza is probably the worst one. I've had stroganoff on pizza. That one was weird. Oh no. Okay. Vivianite gave $5 and said, love you, Linkus. You got this. And good luck to Gymnast as well. And for the announcer, uwu, sorry, not sorry. So Barry Hates Cheese gave $5 and said, what's your favorite, uwu, owo, or umu? This is critical information. I vote none of those. None is an option for me. Makar187 gave $15 and said donating to Bloodborne glitches because the Dark Souls 1 last GDQ was amazing. Happy to support able gamers. Oh, woo. Hey, Aniki gave $5 and said normal $5 train. All the naysayers must donate. Put your money where your mouth is. Uwu. Yeah, if you want normal donations, just get those donations in. That would be fantastic, right? The Norwegian dude gave $20 and said, don't hate on pineapple on pizza. It ensures that no one else but you will eat it. Perfect for students who have some grabby neighbors. Now, bananas on pizza, on the other hand, that's something that we can all agree is a bit too much. Wish both runners good luck on the run. To you, Brosentia, you can do this. And let's get Sekiro. I don't know. I love banana pizza. Okay.
But have you actually eaten it before?
Multiple times. I lived in Brazil.
Ah, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, they actually know how to make it there.
saying Sweden doesn't?
I'm going to go ahead and say you had bananas with curry, so no.
That's a valid point.
So the final thing that soup helps with in the run, for those who don't know, Grandma's soup actually doubles your attack power with the sword, which is actually very useful for the Ganondorf fight. It turns what would normally be like a somewhat hard one cycle into really easy one cycles for every single one of the phases. So I'm not even going to do soup glitch this time. I'm just going to drink it straight. And because there are no cutscenes, we just start right away. So we have to wait for Zelda to shoot the light arrow before we attack Ganondorf a few times. We can talk to Zelda to make her shoot another light arrow right away again so that we can start the second phase of the fight. Now, the second phase is a little bit of RNG. I got the good RNG right away, so I didn't get any extra attacks from Ganondorf right there. And thankfully the soup makes that phase really quick as well. So once again, talking to Zelda to make her shoot her arrow as fast as possible. Okay, so time is coming up right now for me.
What's the time on?
It was just about 1:58:31 that
so
you hit. So, yeah, great job.
All right, thank you.
All right, well.
The wind is blowing.
Well, hi.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. So, okay, well, so the Master Sword upgrades I was thinking about, the one I found was, I think, Mila during night. That was one of them. And then Diamond Step. Is the other one on Windfall as well?
I want to say it is, yes.
Because the thing is, I couldn't get the chests. I couldn't get the 2 chests because I don't have the pick-to-box yet.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it's something to do with that.
I finished my run without the pick-to-box.
Okay, really? Okay. Wait, you can't go up on that balcony without the pick-to-box, can you?
No.
No.
Well, you can go up on the balcony, but you can't open the door.
Enter it, yeah.
Unless you have door storage.
There's no way you went up with door storage. Huh.
Well, what was the... So I assume you went to Forbidden Woods first?
Yeah, so my route ended up being, I went, the start, and then I went to Windfall. After that, I went Paw Print, since we got bombs and power base, and grappling hooks, so we could do all of them. After that point, if I remember correctly, I think I just went, I went straight to Forbidden Woods, because I thought it was a really good choice. We could do everything really quickly with the items we had.
Yeah.
After that point then, what I ended up doing was that I chose to end up trying to do a few overworld locations and then Earth Temple early. But it got a bit too annoying without the mirror shield, so I decided that it would actually probably be more worth it to look in the overworld. And I guessed, because I just got fire and ice arrows, that most likely it was trying to tell me that
it was fire mountain or ice ring.
Exactly. But like we were talking about earlier, like sometimes you can almost feel like, it's talking to you, the logic. So that's what I was assuming, which was right. That's where Mirror Shield was, and that was the idea of it. Now, after that point, after Earth Temple, and I got Mirror Shield, I completed that, went straight to Wind Temple, and I'm assuming if you got all the Master upgrades, the only item really left in the run at this point that's essential was Light Arrows, which was in the end of Wind Temple. But it's a quicker location, you want to usually check that earlier. And if you already had the Master Sword, that meant that you had all the items. So assuming you just wanted to do then Go mode, aka you skip most of the chests and the locations.
Yeah.
For me, since I've been assuming that the Master Sword hopefully somewhere else, I've been checking every item location in every dungeon.
I was able to skip half of Earth Temple with the crazy chest storage route.
Yeah, I did the same, but then I ended up getting paranoid about the Master Sword and backtracked, so I did a good amount of stuff still that I shouldn't have needed to do.
And then I'm glad I at least had some knowledge on how to do Tower of the Gods boss key skip, because that's not something you would normally even have to do in a randomizer.
I've been trying to do. I don't find it consistent actually. So I'm actually been going through the locations items for getting the boss key right now. I'm assuming it's probably going to be in this room right here. So the Windfall. I can't think of any item locations I could have missed if I don't have pick-to-box. I'm wondering if I'm overlooking something obvious now because of lack of tracker.
That could definitely be it. Again, I want to say it was on Windfall. I'm like 99% sure I remember where it is, but I'd have to go back and look at the VOD to be like completely sure.
Yeah, because Killer Bees, Teacher, Todd, the Dancer, Mila Night side quest.
There's Tingle.
There's Tingle, I did do that. You don't have the mace, right? The mace is not part of it, right?
No.
No. Yeah, I can't think of anything I missed.
Well, if you have letters, then there's...
Well, yeah, Mailman. Oh wait, was it the Mailman that gave me a Master Sword upgrade? No, yeah, Mailman, and then you give one of the lighters. Yeah, you give one of the lighters to her to get an item. I mailed the other stuff, and I also did do the Rito in the cafe. Yeah, I'm actually not sure at this point.
Or wait a minute. What did you do right after you got Mirror Shield?
I did both. I did Ice Ring and I went down to the island below.
Okay.
The islands in the overworld that I haven't checked, because I've almost checked every location at this point in the game. This is almost like a full for me right now. If it's not in Earth Temple, then, and it's not related to the Picto Box, I am starting to think I've almost done every item location, so I must be like thinking I've done something, or I not thinking of something that's in the randomizer itself.
We actually missed one location on Windfall.
Which one?
Magic armor.
I didn't. No way. There's no way.
Because that one, the magic armor only goes into logic when you get the delivery bag. It's not, and it's not something that you get immediately because you have to get the flower, then go trade the flower twice at Great Fish, and then go back to Windfall to get the magic armor reward from Zunari.
Yeah, it used to be one of my things that did immediately when I got the deliver bag. The first thing I ever did, but I have never had a single randomizer where it's had a good item. And
really?
It takes, every single time. The best item I've had was a Nyrus Pearl, but that didn't require Tower of the Gods on that seed. So I actually have decided to never start off with that. But I guess that bias I have now is might come back to bite me.
Also, I don't know if we'll be running long enough to see this, but on my screen right now, if it's still up maybe, we see that Zelda's like holding up Link because they're really tired, I guess. If we wait on this screen long enough, Zelda will actually disappear because the animation that she has, she's set to only be in this pose for like, I guess they did something like they said, just be in this pose for this amount of frames. And then once that amount of frames is over, restart the animation. So at some point she'll disappear and then she'll like walk back over and hug Link again. This happens for long enough.
But yeah, that can be the tricky thing about not having a tracker, is missing an obvious location like that. Like with a tracker in mind, it would have definitely been routed into one of the Windfall trips. But yeah, I absolutely did not think about it until now.
Yeah, I think I almost forgot about it also, but I somehow remembered.
You should have forgot as well, man.
Yeah, how dare I remember things? Such a bad racer.
All right.
Yeah, so the settings that we use for this randomizer, for the Season 3 tournament that we're going to be having soon, this is most of the locations that you saw today are locations that we use in that rule set. We also add in the Great Fairy chest, or not the Great Fairy chest, the Great Fairy Islands as potential locations to check things because it actually helps improve the flow of routing to have those in. Since they're all like their own individual island out on the open ocean. And we also include the Tingle chests in the dungeons for those settings. Now, one change you made to make sure that it's fair, since not everyone has a Tingle tuner, is you can actually you can make the Tingle chests appear in the dungeons by just blowing them up with a regular bomb, like you would in Wind Waker HD. So yeah, it felt kind of silly, I guess, in the previous 2 seasons to skip those Tingle chests when they were kind of right there, as long as you had bombs.
So I do have a $5 donation from Jarhead HME who says, if the announcer wants to tell him the swords were at Diamond Step, Cafe Bar Postman, and the one Linkus missed, just talking to Maggie on her own.
No way.
Did you forget to talk to Maggie?
Well, I went to give her the letter.
That was the first thing I did when I got to Windfall.
Uh-oh.
Like, I start the hide and seek quest, and then I just immediately go talk to Maggie.
I would like to say, by the way, that we're all professionals here.
Yes, we are professionals.
Yeah.
We're professionals at having fun in this game.
Wow, no, that makes sense, because we got the letter immediately. So when I went to Maggie, I was like,
yeah,
oh, okay.
You just gave her the letter.
Yeah, I gave her the letter, and then, yeah, she has 2 things. Normally, the normal progression in a 100% run, if it's not a randomizer, is that you talk to her, she gives you a letter, you then mail it, then you're going to get a response, Then you get the cutscene with the Rito, which he messed up with the camera there. Then you go to the cafe, you get the letter from him, and you then give it to Maggie. So when I came, I just had the letter, so I gave it to Maggie. So this is it.
This is a very unfortunate way to not win a randomizer.
Maggie?
Yeah,
That's unfortunate.
It kind of sucks when a race gets split up for something like that.
Yeah.
Right. Like I've also had it before where I actually lost the very last race of the last Wind Waker randomizer tournament. I was in the finals against the dev of the tracker, Woofer ZFG, is also a really good randomizer player for Wind Waker. In the last match that I lost against him, I ended up losing. You could say that I ended up losing because of the fact that I got a soft lock that wasted 2 minutes.
Which one was that?
Helmarok soft lock.
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah, so the Helmarok boss, with the way we fight it, you can actually soft lock the Helmarok King, which is, you can soft lock with the way that we do the fight because we attempt to use storage to make the fight really fast, but that also comes at the cost of a potential soft lock.
Yeah.
So that's kind of just, I mean, that's kind of more something that, can just happen in speedrun races in general. Yeah.
For sure. Also, I don't know if you mentioned that or not, but we didn't have to do trial skip, and we didn't have to do the trials. So normally, we never actually do the trials because there's a really cool trial skip which saves over 10 minutes where you use a bomb clip on one of the door frames. However, in the randomizer itself, because it's more of an advanced glitch and most people don't want to have to do the trials, there's a setting to turn off so the trial door is just open from the start. And that's what the the race mode actually has in the tournament. So that's what we're doing in this as well.
Yeah. And I mean, like, even if it was still turned on, we'd just do it anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So to make it more fair for those who may not have glitch experience, like during a race, we just or open the door immediately, so that everyone can get through.
Yeah, it just makes it a little bit easier for people. Also, like the pods where we warped in between dungeons faster. I don't know if you ever used one. I didn't really use one in this run.
I forgot to open up the one in Earth Temple. If I had remembered, I would have used it.
Okay, yeah. But so those pods are also very, very useful. They're split up into early dungeons and late dungeons. So the warp pods connect to Dragon Roost, Forbidden Woods, and Tower of the Gods. Then the other one connects Forsaken Fortress, Wind Temple, and Earth Temple. That's why what Jimmy said, that he could have gone in between Wind and Earth Temple really easily if he had remembered.
Yeah, it's especially useful when the game wants you to, like, I'm forgetting what the term is. It's called double dipping.
Yeah.
What a dip is a single trip into a dungeon to go get something that you need. So double dipping means that you need to go into a dungeon, go out of the dungeon, and then go back into the dungeon to actually complete the dungeon because of just how the progression of items that are laid out works. So the warp pods help make sure that process can be, like, streamlined if you need to, keep going into various dungeons to be able to complete things. One thing that, like in this randomizer seed, actually, we got the boomerang in the Wind Temple mini boss chest.
Yeah.
So if you were not using glitches to run this particular randomizer seed, what the game actually wanted you to do is it wanted you to go to Forbidden Woods, get some item in Forbidden Woods that we needed.
I think it was Iron Boots, wasn't it?
Might have been Iron Boots, yeah. You go in, you get that item, then you go back out, then eventually you go do Wind Temple and you complete Wind Temple.
Yeah.
And when you finally have the boomerang from Wind Temple, you go back to Forbidden Woods to finally beat it.
Yeah.
Thankfully, beating Forbidden Woods without the boomerang is something that we're both very used to.
Yeah.
Because we know how to do it with bombs, and it's also technically possible if you have either the grapple hook or the bow.
I actually used the bow.
Oh,
I thought
you
it
did
would be,
use
yeah,
the bow.
it was faster, in my opinion, to just cut him down with the bow shots because you can hit so many in a row instead of using the bombs.
Yeah, the grapple hook probably would have been a little too slow.
Oh yeah, the grappling hook easily. Bombs are way better than that. But for specifically bow, it's really convenient.
There's also actually somewhat of a hidden way that you can beat the boss of the Forbidden Woods. They intentionally programmed in that if you pour forest water onto Kalademos, he just instantly dies.
Yeah.
It doesn't set his health to 0, but it starts the death cutscene, which I guess is supposed to symbolize, like, the purified water of the Forest Haven, like, banishes the evil of the plant or something.
If I remember correctly, isn't it that in the Japanese version it's actually called holy water instead of forest water?
I actually don't know what the Japanese name is. But that would make sense if
Yeah,
that's what the...
at least someone told me that in chat. I don't know if they were speculating or if that's actually correct, but yeah, that's what I've heard at least. All right, time for Puppet Cannon. Almost done. This is a pretty close race. I'm pretty nervous right now.
I know, man. I don't know. Zelda's got to disappear sometime.
Oh, she still hasn't disappeared.
She still hasn't. I think it takes like 20 minutes or something. So
Oh.
you might not see it, but...
Oh, I hope not. Okay, that's 2.
Yeah, there are definitely some interesting strategies. Like, obviously, for Puppet Ganon, you just want to try to shoot the tail as fast as possible. You can't just repeatedly shoot the tail most of the time, at least in the first phase, because there's a slight bit of an invincibility period that the tail has. But that's actually not present in the second and third phases of the fight. So if you can somehow manage to aim your shots correctly, you can just go like bam, bam, bam with your 3 bow shots and get all of them off.
Well, you can get it on the first phase if you're lucky, because basically if your arrow goes through the ball and hits the wall behind, then you always get the delay. But if you hit him, then...
Yeah, that's right.
If
the light arrow hits Puppet Ganon, you can actually shoot your next arrow faster.
Yeah.
I guess when they were testing it, they were like, this delay is annoying.
Yeah.
We should get rid of it if you hit Puppet Ganon.
Yeah, I assume it's more like if you miss, then you can shoot faster, but if you did end up hitting it, which most of the time when you hit on the first phase, you don't hit his body, so it makes sense. Right here, I'm gonna try and do, I'm gonna try and do something known as crypt shot. So if you aim perfectly right there with a perfect angle and shoot it, you can actually hit him while he's going up, so you can get a double shot. Let's see if I can get it in this phase.
Yeah, cool thing about the crypt shot is that you have 2 attempts at it, basically. And it doesn't matter if you get it first or second
Beautiful.
try.
Maggie donated $50 and a Master Sword upgrade. Thank you, Maggie.
Thank you.
Well, maybe implement crowd control next time.
Yeah, exactly.
Viewers can donate to mess with us while we're in the game. That could actually be really cruel if viewers could take away your Master Sword upgrade or take away your bow upgrade.
That would not be fun.
I don't know how you'd work that in, but
Yeah.
that'd be interesting.
It's an interesting concept. All right, and there we go. All right, only Ganon left now.
It's actually amazing, like how quick the end of the game is without cutscenes.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's multi-minute cutscenes like before and after every single, like both Puppet Ganon and Ganondorf.
Yeah.
In Ganon's Tower, like, you know.
I think the end game usually takes 20 minutes in vanilla game if done really well or something like that.
Yeah, like
when you come down.
When you go into Ganon's Tower, it usually takes a little bit under 20 minutes to beat the game from there. More than half of which is just cutscenes.
Yeah, and here it's what, like probably 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Because Puppet Ganon usually optimally, if you've done it perfectly, it takes around 2 minutes to beat Puppet Ganon. Ganon itself, it can actually be less than a 1 minute fight if done well.
Yeah.
So yeah, the climbing of the tower is longer than the last fight of the game. If we have any like last 1 or 2 donations, you could read that right now while I'm climbing here.
I mean, we do, yeah. Overly Critical Gamers gave $5 and said, believe me, if you're casually enough to spell your own name wrong in a donation that they read live during GDQ and can Zelda Randomizer, anyone can learn to Zelda Randomizer. Kalazi5 gave $10 and said, normal comment. We have Co52 who gave $15 and said, bonus game 4, Dry Bro sent you mad. Let's not donate towards that one, though. We also have $100 from Darktronica, who said, it's been a great collection of games to showcase so far this weekend, and it would be even better if we get that Bloodborne Glitch exhibition instead of, let's go. We're just under $2,000 now, so we're getting pretty dang close.
Also, Zelda finally disappeared on my screen, so Link is alone.
Yeah, also time is coming up in about 10 seconds or so get right on time. All right. And time. All right. Well, I think except for that Master Sword hiccup, it sounded like it was a pretty close race. Like when you were usually in the same area I was when you were explaining the tricks.
Yeah.
So it seems like it was overall a pretty close race until the end. I kept checking dungeons for that Master Sword. But for you guys watching at home, I hope you guys did enjoy this run. If you guys are interested in more randomizers, me and Gymnast are actually planning within these next upcoming weeks to do a 100% race, completely blind. We've done 2 of them in the past. It's been really, really fun. They take about 8 or 9 hours. It's every location in the game turned on, plus we are getting 100%, so all hearts and all that stuff. So if you guys are interested in watching that, you should check out our Twitch channels, Gymnast86 and Linkus7. If you want to watch more Zelda speedruns, you can check me and Gymnast channel out as well for Skyward Sword on his and Wind Waker and Ocarina of Time on mine. So yeah, do you have any more things to say?
I think we need to hug.
A hug to finish it. All right, well.
And a handshake,
Yeah.
and I hope I don't fall over.
Well, thank you, GDQ, for having us. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you, crowd, for being so excited throughout the whole thing. Yeah, thank you guys for having us.
Thank you, guys.
Awesome run. Awesome run there. But